Hey everybody, it's Miss Hall and I am back to read another chapter of The Last Kids on Earth and the Zombie Parade. I hope you've been enjoying it as much as I have, and let's just get started with chapter 9. We need to obtain a more comfortable back seat. Oh, just hold on. Without street lamps or cities to light the sky, it's impossibly dark. Trees, unattended and overgrown, loom over us like shadowy figures. But as we ride, the clouds shift, the moon shines bright, and the sky seems extra huge. The stars look so big they could blind you. Rover quietly carries us down a winding road. Houses have begun to crumble as the vine thingies choke them. Up ahead, zombies shuffle across the road following the sound. It's like the Pied Piper of Hamelin, Quint whispers. He was a dude who played a flute that lured rats to their death. The rats just followed the sound. They couldn't help it. That happened, I say. When? Like back in the 90s? No, Jack, it's a myth from the 16th century. Oh. As we near Main Street, the crowd of shuffling zombies grows thicker. Oddly, they take no interest in our fleshy bodies. They are focused on only one thing, the shrieking. I feel Quint's fingers tighten around my jacket. Jack, could we find a more, secure place to figure out what's going on? Good call, I say. Higher ground. We can see how big this zombie parade really is. I tug on Rover's rein, steering him down a cramped alley. Ahead of us looms the Old South graveyard. Jack, really? Quint groans. Things aren't creepy enough with the zombies and the whistling. You're taking us into the town graveyard. There, I say, pointing to a giant tomb atop the hill at the center of the cemetery. We'll be able to see most of Wakefield from there. With barely a running start, Rover bounds over the cracked stone wall. And we land inside the cemetery. Rover makes his way up the sloping hill. Then he springs forward and we land atop the tomb. And from there we see it. We see it all. Zombies as far as the eye can see. It is definitely a Pied Piper sort of thing, Quint says. There must be thousands. I raise my camera to snap a photo, but suddenly feel Quint's fingers digging into my neck. I spin around. Quint looks like he's about to cry or vomit, or both, at the same time, which is just a really weird, awful image. What is it? I ask, but then I feel it too. A quaking at my feet, a rumbling from inside the tomb. I look down. The stone beneath us is beginning to crack. Quint, I say softly, my skin beginning to crawl with fear. Let's go home, now, both of us. But it's too late. Boom! I'm flung through the air like a rag doll. Quint smacks into a headstone. Rover hits the grass, flips, and tumbles down the hill. Quint, duck, I shout as chunks of stone and concrete rain down. The rubble pounds the grass like a meteor shower. It's like the tomb was detonated from the inside out, like something suddenly ripped through it. Woozy, gripping the damp dirt, I get to my knees, and what I see, it makes my blood run ice cold. The hairy eyeball monster. Rhydonic size. Super single solitary scary eyeball. Could really use a haircut. The long fur on the monster's back straightens and stands up on one end. The hair is no longer just hair. It's a million silvery, spiny quills. I quickly snap a photo. The flash explodes like white phosphorus in the darkness. The eyeball's iris splits open with a nauseating schluck sound, and the beast emits an ear-splitting roar. The open iris reveals nothing but red and blue pulp, like the insides of some strange, nightmarish fruit. "Jack," Quint exclaims, "I don't believe it likes being photographed. But it's for the bestiary." The tremendous eyeball rolls forward. Its needle-like quills puncture the earth. Soon, a vast array of razor-sharp quills is aimed at us, like an army of medieval spears. "It's going to run us over, pincushion style," I say, spinning on my heels. "Come on." Quint dashes ahead of me, and together we race down the hill. Crack, crunch, smash. The sound of shattering headstones explodes behind us as the hairy eyeball monster thunders after us. "Faster, Quint!" Crack, shup, thwip, thup. Quint doesn't need to be told twice. He runs headlong, too headlong. He pitches forward, screeches, then slams into a headstone with an unquestionably painful crack. And suddenly, flit, a high-pitched whistle, and one of the hairy eyeball monster's quills blast past me, nearly piercing my ear. The monster fired it like a rocket. Quint cries out. My legs go weak. I see the quill. It's jutting through Quint's back, penetrating my friend. Quint's eyes are shut tight. His body is slumped in the dirt, limp, pinned to the headstone. And that is the end of chapter 9. What will happen to Quint? I guess we will wait till next time to find out. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I look forward to reading with you again soon.